What if I told you that some of the biggest stars in American tennis, Jessica Pegula, Madison Keys, Jennifer Brady, and Desirae Krawczyk, have just exposed one of the most surprising truths about Iga Swiatek, and it has nothing to do with her forehand, her footwork, or her cold-blooded mentality on big points. No, it's about something way more unexpected, and the way these players talk about it. You might look at Iga Swiatek's dominance in a completely different way. Welcome back to Net Rush Report. Let's jump right in. Iga Swiatek is the definition of laser-focused. On court, she's a quiet storm, calculating, precise, relentless. But according to Jessica Pegula and Madison Keys, that icy composure comes with a secret. Iga might be one of the most superstitious players on the entire WTA tour. On the latest episode of the Players Box podcast, Pegula and Keys were playing a rapid-fire game with their co-hosts Jennifer Brady and Desirae Krawczyk. The question was simple. Who is the most superstitious player on tour? Pegula didn't even hesitate. She instantly said, Iga. The room erupted in agreement. Brady nodded. Krawczyk nodded. Even Keys, who asked the question, said she already knew the answer. This wasn't gossip. It wasn't exaggeration that it was said with the confidence of players who have seen it firsthand. Because the truth is, Iga Swiatek's routines aren't just routines. They're rituals. Before matches, she goes through an extremely specific warm-up sequence. Mobility exercises, precise hand-eye drills, shadow swings, not random, not casual, but focused and repeated. And if you've ever seen her right before stepping on court, she'll do a few sprint steps, a couple more shadow swings. Then she'll walk out, completely locked in. But these habits don't stop at the baseline. Iga does shadow swings between points. She did it during changeovers. She did it when she played Madison Keys at the Australian Open earlier this year, and that moment has now become part of tennis insider lore. Their semi-final clash in Melbourne was already intense, a tactical, emotional battle deep into a deciding set. Madison Keys was preparing to serve. The stadium was silent. She bounced the ball, and Swiatek suddenly broke the rhythm. A few quick sprints, 2, 3 shadow swings, a visible reset. It caused a slight delay, and everyone watching, commentators, fans, even Keys, noticed the moment. Whether it was superstition, nervous energy, or just her way of mentally rebooting, the timing was obvious. But here's the twist. It didn't work. Madison Keys stepped up and fired an ace down the tee that at that point became a small symbol of the match, a moment where the American pushed back against one of the mentally toughest players in the world. Keys didn't just survive that semifinal. She saved match point. She defeated Swiatek, and then she went on to stun two-time defending champion Aryna Sabalenka in the final to win her very first Grand Slam title. It was supposed to be the start of a historic season, and for a moment, it absolutely was. But tennis can be cruel. After lifting the trophy in Melbourne, Keys kept her momentum alive with a deep run at Indian Wells. But her streak finally ended with a loss to Sabalenka in the semifinals. Then came the part no athlete ever wants to face. Injury. Madison Keys' season, her best start in years, slowly derailed as physical issues caught up with her. By the end of the year, she had to shut everything down. She didn't get another win over Swiatek. She didn't get another win over Sabalenka. And one of the most promising seasons of her career ended far too early. But what's fascinating is how this whole conversation about superstition brought something else into the spotlight. Even at the highest level, even among champions, players have these tiny, personal habits that shape their confidence. And when 4 of America's top pros all agree that Iga Swiatek stands alone in her routines, that tells you something. It shows how serious she is, how detail-obsessed she is, how mentally unique she is, and maybe why she's been nearly impossible to beat over the last few years. Thanks for watching Net Rush Report. You're home for the fastest, sharpest tennis breakdowns on YouTube. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you never miss a moment. See you in the next one.